Hello everybody, Joe Baggy Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Moon. Last time, we got Yui the fuck out of this hellhole, and Yuri bashed her head in on a metal door, I guess. So yeah, that was something. Now we gotta help out Haruka, find her Oni-chan, and see if he has suffered an equally grisly fate, or if he's just a fucking other Fargo dickbag now. But anyway, yeah. Let's do that. What's going on here? It's 9 a.m. Man, I've been sleeping terrible ever since I got back. I don't know what it is. If it's just like the change of like temperature here, but like I'm only sleeping for like 6 hours a night, which for some people that might sound like, yeah, that's normal. No, dude. I'm like a 10, 12 hour sleeper. So 6 hours, it's like I wake up at like 4 in the morning and I'm just like, I'm done. But enough for complaining. What's up, boy? Good morning. Let's drop that background music down, because for some reason that setting doesn't like to save between recordings. Who wouldn't know? Yeah.
もう確信は聞かない。でもそこに迫る足がかりぐらいは聞かせて。
Yeah, you don't gotta tell us everything, just point us in the right direction.
そうだね。利口だよ、それが。で、何を聞くんだい？
人を探してるの。三馬亮介。あなたなら知っているでしょ。
いい質問だね。それは確信じゃない。でも確かに確信に迫る足がかりとなり得る。
Thank you for playing ball.
あとは君次第というわけだ。ビートでミンメスを扱っている。
ありがとう。
I should have done this from the start. While ruminating on the boy's words, I left the room. He's in charge of the building B mid-maze. If I'm gonna move on that, I should wait until I meet with Haruka tonight. Until then, I'll undergo the usual training. Mid-maze.
A12 だな。
What's up?
はい。
部屋の中央に立って。
I stood in the pattern center.
それでは第8段階を始める。
The machine began to move. My vision was closed off. You've read this like for the 20th time. I'm here again. Now I'll go back to where I want to return.
朝。
Nice sectional.
おはよう。誰に言うの？自分に言うの。おはよう。声が返ってくるの。帰ってこないの。おはよう。そんな言葉忘れた。ずっと遠い昔に。おはよう。響きだけ覚えてる。懐かしい響き。すがすがしい響き。
I mean, I also talk to myself in my empty home, but I don't expect an answer.
夕刻。ただいま。誰に言うの？自分に言うの。お帰りなさい。声が返ってくるの。
Okay, but I don't return my own thoughts.
帰ってこないの。ただいま。そんな言葉忘れた。遠い昔に。お帰りなさい。響きだけ覚えてる。懐かしい響き。温かい響き。夜。おやすみなさい。誰に言うの？自分に言うの。おやすみなさい。声が返ってくるの。帰ってこないの。おやすみなさい。そんな言葉忘れた。遠い昔に。おやすみなさい。響きだけ覚えてる。懐かしい響き。安らかな響き。
Well, that was a nice short one.
第8段階終了だ。
Thanks, Min-maze man. I left the Min-maze. Lunchtime. The best time. Yoko-san wasn't in the dining hall. I took my tray and put it on the table. Well, we'll wait for her. We'll be polite. I waited a while, but there was no sign of Yoko-san appearing. There's no choice. Shikatenai. I started eating. The dining hall echoed with the sounds of my chewing. Close your mouth, you goddamn animal. I can't stand people who make, like, eating noises. It drives me up the fucking wall. My dad is like that. Like, he somehow manages to, like, bite the spoon when he's eating yogurt, and I can't be in the same room as him when that's happening. It's just like, no thank you, goodbye. In the end, even after I finished eating, Yoko-san never showed up. I put away my tray and left the dining hall. L-Pod, which, actually have to, you know, admit our shortcomings to Shadow Ikumi and let her get the high ground, which fucking sucks. I entered the L-Pod.
A12 確認しました。それでは部屋の中央へどうぞ。
I stood silent in the pattern center.
第5段階始めます。
The light faded. Then, in the bottom of my consciousness... Yep, the heartbeat that isn't your own. And there she was.
あなたはいやらしい女なのよ。自覚してる？唐突ね。あなたはいやらしい
Going right for the throat.
そのことが原因で負った深い傷があるでしょ。
Yeah.
分かってる。それは覚えてる。克明に覚えてる。
We all have that one night stand that we just like really wish we didn't do.
じゃあそれを解雇してみせて。でも私がいやらしかったせいだけじゃない。いろんな理由が折り重なって、それで自分の元から彼は去っていったの。そう。じゃあその折り重なった理由って何？そんな簡単には上がらない。
Yeah, usually it's not just one singular thing.
上がらないのはないから。あるもの。
Got him.
何？気があんまり回らなくて。
Two.
ずっと陸上続けてたから、それで練習とか大変で、二人でいられる時間とかあんまりなくて、それでたまにできた二人の時間をあんな風に過ごしてしまったら、それは終わるわ。あれは自然な流れだった。あなたから求めた。求めてないなら解雇してみればいい。
I mean, Shadow Yukimi here is kind of right. There's more to a relationship than just a good leg.
その時、自分がどれだけいやらしい女だったかをその身で知ればいい。
Oh god, I'm gonna have to do more censoring,
あ
aren't
な
I?
たはあの日のあなたになる。でも運命は変えられない。
Just please leave it at talking smack.
同じことを繰り返してくればいい。それで知ればいい。
I don't think she's gonna do that.
あの時、あなたがどれだけいやらしい女だったかを。
Oh, cicadas, lovely. All of those are outside my house, and they're just waking up because it's getting warm out. Today's so hot. Practice was a real pain. I felt like I was sweating buckets. But for once, practice was cut off before noon. That makes me happy. Because of that, I ended up visiting Ida-kun's house. But it's still hot. Everything is this heat's fault, including me getting into this mood. Really? Like that mood? From being hot and tired? Since Ida-kun's never turned on the air conditioning, I thought he was trying to get me in that mood. What?
はい、どうぞ。
Ida-kun brought in chilled wheat tea. As he handed one cup to me, I yanked his arm. The cup fell from its saucer and spilled onto the floor, but I didn't care. God damn, girl. I pulled Ida-kun onto the bed, forced him to sit next to me, and placed my hands on his
あ、
cheeks.
マサオさん、何を？
I put my open mouth against his. I might be able to salvage this, as long as it doesn't get, change it up too much. Are we back now for real? Hopefully, maybe. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Yep, you sure did.
そうね。すごく痛い。 でしょうね。でもその痛みが私たちを救うの。自分を救うの。
How so? They're just gonna be cryptic.
第5段階終了。
Thanks, Elpod. I left the room without saying a word. Evening. I should go to the dining hall. Again, Yoko-san wasn't there.
どうしたんだろう、陽子さん。
I ate alone again. Large dining hall. Large even for two. It felt larger. I intentionally ate slower, waiting for Yoko-san to arrive, but she never appeared. Even though I ate the shrimp down to their tails. I hope you're just saying you ate like down to the shell and not that you ate the entire shrimp, including the shell. Finally, nighttime. I should head to the meeting place. Haruka's probably there waiting. South. Empty room. Into the dark. What's up, Haruka? Haruka was already at the usual meeting place. Haruka paid no attention to my arrival, instead biting her lip and glaring at the opposite wall.
はるか、手がかりはつかめた？
Yeah, vaguely. Without moving her eyes, she got right to the point.
居場所が分かった。どこ？ビートのミネス。ありがとう。
Without looking at my face once, she walked away to Building B.
私も行くわ。
And she staffed at her end.
近づかないで。
Damn. Calm down. Calm down. Within... Excuse me? An acrimonious? Okay. With an acrimonious scream, she pushed me back.
一緒に来たいなら好きにすればいい。
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
けど、私に近寄らないで。どうして？あ、いや。あなたが先に行きなさい。
What?
その方がいいわ。
Haruka stood against the wall, so I walked past her. At the moment, I caught a strange scent. Oh, you just stink? Oh, the stench. It told me the meaning of Haruka's unnatural conduct.
さあ、行きなさい。ついてよ。
Oh yeah, they don't have showers in Building C.
方向。そうね。
Yeah, I knew that. Haruka and I walked a fixed distance. What? Haruka and I left a fixed distance between us as we walked. Somehow, I felt that I'd been threatened into walking this way. I climbed the ladder in silence. I made sure I'd crawled all the way out from under the bed and helped Haruka pull herself out.
突っ立ってないで早く行きなさいよ。
I must irritate her to spend more time than necessary inside a room.
巡回員はいないみたいね。
Wow, that's very convenient for the plot. Haruka's voice behind
そう
me.
ね。ここね。ビート、ミーネス。
So does he just like stay in there all the time?
じゃあ入って。
Or wherever the voice comes from? If they have like a PA room? She ordered me without
で
hesitation.
も安易に行動して後で。大丈夫よ。
I didn't know why she could say that.
ほら、入りなさいよ。
With Haruka's coercion at my back, I could only obey. I entered the room and stood still.
何の用かな？
Voice. Haruka appeared from behind me after hearing that voice.
あなたに用よ。
調整中だ。出て行ってもらえるかな？
いつだったらいいの？涼介兄さん。
君は何か勘違いをしているようだ。
合ってるわよ、涼介。
その涼介というのは僕に言っているのかい？
そうよ、涼介。
残念ながら僕は涼介ではない。ましてや君の兄なんかじゃない。
あなたは私の兄なのよ、涼介。
違うと言っているだろ。
合っていると言っているのよ、涼介。
違うと言ったら違うんだよ。何度も言わせるな。
相変わらず短気ね、涼介。
Fucking got your ass, bitch. The person thought to be Haruka's brother held back his words. Haruka had brilliantly exposed him with his own personality. He couldn't deny us any longer. But the voice that answered us was not his.
いいだろう。兄に合わせてやろ
A high-pitched voice with a hint of derision. I don't know, it sounded like Ryosuke's voice was more high-pitched. That voice
う。
continued.
精錬の間にて待つぞ。
あなたには関係ないわ。
Haruka shouted at the speaker in the ceiling.
涼介だけをよこしなさい。
仲介してやろうと言うんだ。
ならこの場に出てきなさいよ。
ここは落ち着いて話をするには適当な場所ではない。
あの部屋なら適当だというの？
そう。じっくり話ができる。
Oh, bad stuff happens in the tempering room, my guy.
わかったわ。先に行ってるわよ、涼介。
Haruka left the room. I followed her. When I entered the corridor, Haruka was long gone. She must have gone to that room alone. Tempering room is down here somewhere? Here it is. Haruka should be in this room.
来たの。
Well, yeah, I gotta watch the story happen.
だって私は真実を知りたいから。この部屋が何なのか知ってるの？そうね。
The room Yui was raped in. And today, Haruka must have also.
すごい覚悟。どうなっても知らないから。
Just as we stopped talking, the door opened and a man entered. Ooh, look at this fuckboy. How high are your pants? Oh my god. Or he could just have long legs? I don't know. That seems... His waistline seems weirdly high. Per the status quo, he was wearing black clothes. He also looks like an Oompa Loompa.
ほう。本当にいた。
本当にいたとは何よ。
We should have known at that moment that this wouldn't have ended in conversation. But Haruka was fine with it, because she got to meet the person behind him. Behind that man was one more Fargo employee. Yeah, I can see the family resemblance. I need to ask who he was. Like Haruka, that man had strong, firm, resilient eyes, also blue-ish purple hair. He was none other than Haruka's brother, Mima Ryosuke.
涼介。
Haruka spoke his name as they looked at each other.
おい、お前の名を呼んでいるぞ。お前のことなのか？
違うさ。
涼介。三馬涼介。私を前にしておいてよくそんなことが言えるわね。
Yeah, the cat's kind of out of the bag at this point, dude.
同姓同名じゃないか。本当にお前じゃないんだな。
Sorry, just had to get some water.
ああ。
何言ってんの、涼介。
そうか。ならいい。
Has his brain been turned into mashed potatoes?
ということは、この虚言症の女を俺が手ごめにしようが構わないというわけだ。返事はどうした？
そう。構わない。
Oof.
涼介。
The sound of locking.
おい、ミマ、そっちの女を抑え込んでおけ。
Am I really gonna have to make more edits? Haruka's brother stood in a position to block me, then
すまない。
he whispered one word before straining my arms. Yeah, it looks like I am. Let's throw in that good old jump cut, unless he comes in clutch and saves us from editing in Adobe Premiere. Haruka had been pushed onto the floor and was raising her head to look at the other man who'd grasped her legs and begun to force his face into her crotch.
やめて、そこは良いだけは噛まないで。
But there was no obstruction to the sound of him sniffing.
なるほどな。こいつは嫌がるわけだぜ。おい、ミマ、その女をこっちに持ってこい。
I was pulled towards Haruka.
あなたたち、こんなことしててどうなると思ってるの？
はあ、こんなこと？今さら何よ。あ、まさかそいつ。
Yeah, that's right, I'm A-class, she can't do this to me. Ryunosuke took my hand with a dubious
こい
face.
つ A だぞ。
何？
まずいぞ高槻。
いや、
Takasuki? There we go, yeah. Pause to think, then spoke again.
それならそれで面白い。クラス A の高級階級としての今の扱いに俺は甚だ疑問を抱いていたところだ。こういう機会もあってしかるべきだと思うぞ。
そうか。俺には興味本位の建前にしか聞こえないがな。
どちらにしろ理由はつく。構うか。早くその女を持ってこい。
In the end, I was brought before Haruka's opened crotch.
おい、お前。
I'm bad with sharp syllables. Takatsuki glared down at me as his cheek was rubbed against the floor. As my cheek was rubbed against the floor.
この友達のあそこをきれいに舐め上げてやれ。
Ew. There's no way I could do that.
いいか、高級階級のお嬢さん。こっちの子はな、クラス C っていうとんでもないところにいるんだ。
Yeah, we've been there, we've seen.
そこには風呂もなければトイレもない。それでこのありさまだ。
Takatsuki tugged on my hair, pushing me into Haruka's crotch. Unsurprisingly, tears fell from Haruka's eyes. And I hadn't been able to do anything but watch all that. While she was being treated that way, I could only watch. And her brother was still holding on to me. Is he really her brother? He didn't voice a single complaint as his little sister was raped in front of him. But I could tell he wasn't calm. His hands were gripping my hands to the point where my fingers had gone numb.
みんな、どうだ？羨ましいだろう。
Are we done for real now? Can we come back to YouTube land?
やればいい、お前も。
Ooh, sloppy seconds with your sister? No thanks, dog.
そっちのお嬢様をな。
興味ない。
興味ない。お前はインポか。ならいい。またそこで見ていればいい。そしてよくまぶたに焼き付けておいて、夜のおかずにでもすればいい。
With an unnatural smile, Takatsuki came towards me. I could only glare back at him with eyes of scorn and adoration.
おい、なんだ
Wait,
その目は。
abhorrence? Abhorrence. Abhorrence. Adoration is something different.
信者なら信者らしく従順にしていろ。
The tip of Tatsuki's right shoe dug into my stomach. I crouched down onto the floor. I couldn't breathe. A large noise followed that. Oh, what kind of abuse could come next? I can't even feel pain.
お前。
その子にまで手を出す必要はな
Yo,
いだ
that
ろ。
boy, what's up? Oh, that's his voice.
その子はクラス A だ。清廉の必要はないはずだ。その通りだ。なら連れて帰るぞ。
My body flew into the air. The boy was carrying me. Huh, surprisingly muscular. I was reassured.
しっかりしつけておけ。
A final enraged voice followed the boy's back.
シャワーを浴びてきなよ。
Yeah. You got some mouthwash? Thank you for having your tits out, Ikumi, once again. Haruka. Yeah, what happened to Haruka? I was focused on myself. This boy rescued me, but Haruka received no such salvation. And now I was washing myself off in the shower. Why am I... Haruka wasn't allowed to wash herself in a shower. She would still be that way when she returned to her room. She'd be like that today, and spend tomorrow the same way. The smell of Haruka's body was still left in my nostrils. It wasn't a smell anyone should be able to endure. Yet Haruka was. She's really, really strong. While I punched the wall, don't do that. Even Yui, she was strong at the end.
弱い私が一体こんなところで何をしようとしているの？復讐。今の私に最も似合わない言葉。私はここに導いたのは一体何だったの？一時の迷い、刹那的な感情。そんなもののおかげで私はここに来てしまったの。
Yeah, what was your actual plan, Ikumi? You know, besides revenge? Like, you got here, and then it was just kind of like, alright, I'll shoot from the hip now.
大丈夫。君の強さだよ。
I turned around to find the boy standing at the door. I made no effort to hide my body or turn off the shower, and simply looked back at him. Even I understood. The boy wanted me. Ugh. Sure about that? You seem to have made those assumptions in the past, and they weren't 100% accurate. That was his way of cheering me up. I already understood. This was how he was.
泣いてる。
Who the hell are you? Why are you being so kind to me? Because I'm Class A? Because I'm rare? Do you need my heart, too? Nah, it doesn't matter. Right now, I just want to touch another's kindness.
何も言わないよ。僕は。
何も言わせようなんて思ってないから。
From then on, the boy never said a word. It wasn't that he felt some kind of guilt. After all, this was what I'd wished for. Please don't drag on. I held back my voice as his organ entered me. Penetration without foreplay. Oof. It pushed into me rigidly, and I slowly let it slip in. He made sure he could move it, then began to use his hips. Since I was used to it, that was plenty of stimulation. That faint noise began to come from our flesh. That was my noise. Perverted noise coming from me. Shameful. I just let out a loud groan. With that trigger, the rubbing became rougher. The sound made by my flesh and his flesh rubbing together. The sounds of fluids inside me oozing out. Felt good. Pure and good. This was an association of two people. This was what I desired. I went ahead and threw out all reason. Despite that, the boy never said a word. Day 10, disappearance. And yeah, that's where we'll end it for today.
おはよう。
I'll probably just blur most of the screen for that last bit instead of cutting out and throwing in with the other ones, because honestly it was like a minute long and only a couple lines, so I don't really see the need to do that. But I'm gonna have to do a lot of work in Premiere after this, and you guys will get to see that hard work and all my hard work in the future next time for the next episode of Moon, where I hope to see you there to look at all the editing I have to do and tell me I did a good job, because it's a lot. I'm not going to say it's a lot of work. It's honestly fairly easy. It's just a pain in the ass to do the edits and then save them as different files and upload them to different websites. But no hard work goes unrewarded, and that rewards the dopamine hit when I see the views. So be sure to smash that like button and ring that bell. Yeah, Bye.